HABERLIN.
Hello.
Right. How are you?
I'm good.
How's San Diego Comic-Con doing
It's
so
great.
far?
It's a much more quiet, chilled San Diego than normal. I think we have maybe 40,000 people here. Normally have about 200,000 people here. So it's nice to be. This feels like when I was a kid in the 80s. This is about the size of the show, kind of.
Right.
You know?
Right. And you've launched a Kickstarter accidentally.
Yes.
Right. Well, tell me about it.
Well, Wilson and I are bringing back Stone, and the first step is collecting our original books, which were never ever collected before. Mm-hmm. And we have all kinds of extra sketch material and behind the scenes material that's never been seen before that's going to be included in this. Mm-hmm. And we decided a Kickstarter was the way to start it, and we got all our ducks in a row wonderfully. And then my studio, because we had all planned for Black Friday, it was going to launch. It was all coincide with what was going on here. All the best we had all the, everything ready to hit on that time and stuff. And then Wednesday morning, my studio manager goes, I pressed the button. I was expecting it to get reviewed, so it took a little time, but it went live. And so we were all scrambling Wednesday morning. All those plans that we had, now. We got to do them now.
You said that it's never been collected, right?
Nope.
So do you guys plan to continue this?
We are planning on doing some new Stone stuff. Yeah. Wilson, myself.
I think
bringing the band back together again.
Right.
Yeah.
When I was back in the Philippines, it was 4 years ago. We've had a conversation with Wills, and he said something about making Stone being adapted into some kind of media.
Yeah.
Could you tell us more about that, or?
Well, it's always been orbiting around those things. When back in the '90s, we actually had it practically a green light feature film from Sony, and then because at the time, Stone was very much sort of Highlander-esque in that you take out another champion for their agamats, their magical gems, and over here, Columbine just happened at that point, and the head of Sony Studio said, yeah, we can't have another violent thing. But the funny side of that is, where then it went to for Sony. Sony then put it in play with their kids animated series stuff. So it's too violent for live action, but let's put it in with the kids television stuff. And their basic premise, and again, I'm glad it didn't happen. Sometimes you're glad when these things don't happen.
Yeah.
Was basically making Stone into friends. So Stone hangs out at a coffee shop with other people, and they occasionally go and do stuff. Again, thank God that didn't happen. But after we launch this, it's going to bring back the level of attention that it gets in entertainment higher. So because the basic concept is so simple. It's basically the idea is, what if Chris Hemsworth was Thor and didn't really know it? What if he was really Thor?
Right. Right.
And that's what Jerry is in Stone. He's playing the legendary character. The movie's set, and all of a sudden, a real monster comes to challenge him for his agamats, and he's like, "Wow, that's really good makeup for the movie. You're really, wow!" And all of a sudden he goes, "No, I'm not. It's not real." And then his stones flare with magic. What the hell's going on? And looking back too, it was. Because I didn't look at the original books for a while. You could tell how much fun we were having when we were
Yeah. Right.
I think it really comes through. And in the new pages that I shouldn't say new pages, but the new has the same sort of fun feel.
Awesome. Now, of course, Jerry Allen was came from Jerry Allen Gillen, right?
Yeah.
He passed away some years ago.
Yeah.
And was there a memorable memory of Jerry?
Oh well, Jerry's generally great across the board. I remember meeting him for the first time when he came to the United States when we were first starting to do this stuff, and he was just he's one of those artists. He was primarily known as an inker and a YouTube celebrity.
Right.
I don't know if I can even do it. but he could also do like the architectural stuff, and he could do like, because when Wilson and I were doing Stone, some of the background stuff we get, as I said in another video, where we design this stuff like it's gonna be a movie or TV. So we do set design. I mean, there's sets we have designed for other Agamat Shadow Worlds that were the champions would go fight. You know, we have a book that's called The Grimoire of the Agamats that was only used for the production for the movie potentially, where it had a breakdown of all the magical gems, what their powers were, how they interact with one another. I mean, everything you would need to start a Stone game, you know, and stuff.
Apparently, Netflix released a comic, you know, a Filipino comic book. It's called Trece, right?
Right.
And they adapted it into an anime.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's good. It's really good. The one that's really good. I mean, the new one that I love the look of is that Arcane. I mean, it's not a Filipino thing, but it's just you know, liking animation. You know, it's like the Trece, right? Is that how you say it?
Trece?
Trece.
Yeah. Trece.
That I think that's really entertaining, and I like it a lot. You know, so maybe that means that because we're not opposed to it being animated.
Right.
You know.
Do you have any like ideal cast members in mind?
Well, we've had it so long. There's been people who now kind of too old to do it.
Of course,
you know?
of course.
and stuff, and depending, again, I think after the new material comes out, we're moving the story in 20 years after. So there's going to be some changes, and that might be where it goes. But I can't say anything more than that.
Right. As one of your backers in your Kickstarter, you guys already attained your goal, right?
Yeah.
And there are some rewards. So tell us like the rewards that you guys have in plan.
Well, I mean,
because they're like stone names, right? But tell us more about it.
The first one that we've announced is a hollow sticker. You know? And then there's going to be things like mini art prints. There's going to be some trading card type things. There's going to be enamel pins, and there's going to be stuff that could even be more like, the idea, because like I told you, that Wilson and I, when we were putting this together, him and his wife came over, and he has all the art for the first 2 issues, all the originals, and he has all his sketches, like books this thick of designs and stuff. And I think another stretch goal is going to be having some sort of a cool case that the omnibus would go into, and then a second book that would be all the sketch material.
Right.
Like another 100 pages of sketch material.
Wow.
So we have that much material. But that would be a pretty far end goal. But we also have the option of doing add-ons. So maybe that's how that will happen.
So how much do you think should people invest on your Kickstarter
$1 million.
Okay.
Whatever they feel comfortable with. We're just happy to have the book get out again.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you have any message to all of your Filipino fans?
Love you guys. I mean, again, I'm always amazed by the talent over there. Wilson and I did have that studio there for a while, but guys I brought over with careers, Jay Anacleto and Philip Tan and Jerry, Ed Tadeo, all these guys, and Gilbert Monsanto, who did Hellcop for me the first time around. Yeah. Just the talent base over there is just amazing. I love you guys. She said, Papa, Eddie with me. I still tell my joy, yeah. They just wanna rap now. I swear there's some clones, yeah.